2012 Toyota RAV-4. I'm doing the side view mirror housing assembly. Mine got hit and the cover flew off and it's just kind of messed up. My RAV-4 is the V6 3.5 four-wheel drive 2012. So here's mine, and now you could get a new cover for it, like right here, but it's like 60 bucks, and you gotta get painted the same color as your car. So I just got a whole new assembly for like 58 bucks. Here's what it is. It comes all complete. It's on Amazon. It's about 58 bucks on Amazon. I'll link it in the description in the comments. Here's the part number, and so if you want to get this exact one, check the comments and description. All right, so basically we gotta take the door panel off, and because this wire harness goes behind the door panel right here. So let's go ahead and get the door panel off. First, you want to get this guy off. You can just kind of grab and wiggle him off and pull him off if you can. If you can't, you can just take like a little pry bar or like a plastic pry bar and just kind of pop him forward and remove that. Now for the mirror, there's 3 bolts, but right now we're just going to get the door panel. So you want to come in here and pop this guy loose and then get him out. If you pull this handle forward, you'll have better access to the screw right there. I mean, to get the panel out for the screw. And then you get the screw out, just a regular Phillips. Alright, got that out. Careful not to drop these or lose these. Alright, got my guy right there. I'll put him in there so he won't go nowhere. Now, plastic pry bar works great for this job. This door handle cover has to come off. This is like a little secret cover. What you want to do is go from the top right here on the right side and then just kind of get in here and just gently pry this, wiggle it, and pull this forward. Wiggling is your friend. Patience is your friend when it comes to these door panels. And hopefully you don't have butterfingers like I do. But we'll go ahead and get this guy off right here. Try not to break the tabs on that. And then there's a screw right here, and then there's a screw on the bottom. So we'll go ahead and get this out with a drill. These screws are a little tight, so they might be a little hard to get out. The one on the bottom, you might need an extension if your drill won't reach. And then once it's out on the bottom, you might have to use like a magnet or like something to grab it and pull it out. Now once that's off, you gotta reach behind the panel and wiggle and pull forward. You're gonna pop all the white clips loose. My favorite spot is over here near the speaker. I'm gonna grab the back of this and just kind of wiggle and pull the door forward. You'll hear the clips kind of unclip, and you'll feel this thing get loose as it's coming out. Don't rage rip this off because it's still connected by 2 cables and a wire harness. So this, and then go up with it after you get all the clips out. Go up with it, and then we're gonna look in here. Now there's the 2 cables for the lock and the handle, and then there's a wire harness for the master switch. So we're going to get these off. The cables aren't too bad at all. You just pop them out right here. Pop this guy out of his little notch, and then pull the little ball at the end out. Just turn it, rotate this forward and pull it straight up. Now this electrical connector is infamous. Everyone hates this connector. You're gonna squeeze it on both sides and pull it backwards. Now there's a sleeve. You're actually touching the sleeve when you do it. So you're gonna squeeze both sides, pull this sleeve back, and then it'll disconnect the connector on its way out. So there's like this little sleeve on the outside. It's really annoying. But that's how you do it. And then when you go in with it, you'll put the connector in first and then push the sleeve in. So that's how you get your door panel off. We'll go ahead and set that somewhere safe. Alright, now back to the mirror. We got these 3 screws, and then we got our wire harness that goes down here. So let's go ahead and there's a little button right here that you push down, and then you can pull the harness up, the little lock button. Now this is not a really good tool to do it, but that's how you do it. Maybe like a little small screwdriver, flathead would be good. Get that disconnected, and then we're going to get our 3 10mm screws out like that. This one, and then this one right here. Now you don't have to worry about the mirror falling off because it's held on by a little plastic lock. So don't worry about that. So this guy will hold it in place right here. But then when you're ready to pull it out, you're going to push that lock down with your fingers. We'll put these screws to the side. Now this little nub right here, you just push it down, and then from the other side pull the mirror out. Just kind of do this, pull that down, and then pull the mirror out from the other side. And there you go, it comes right off. Pull that harness out. Now we're just ready to get our new one put in, so we'll set this one to the side. Now this is an electric mirror, so it has this connector here. So if you get a new one, get an electrical one. You actually cannot get an electrical one if you don't want to. but then it won't rotate with the switch in the side of the car. So this one has the same kind of connector. Wire color is a little different. That's because it's aftermarket. It's not a big deal. We'll go ahead and run this wire harness through this hole right here, and then we'll push this through with those little nubs, and then those nubs will hold this thing on, so I don't need to worry about it, you know, falling off before I screw it. But I would recommend putting at least one screw in if you're concerned about it, because if maybe you don't have it in all the way, it falls off, and then you're got to get a new whole mirror. So connect that, make sure that's in tight. Then we'll go ahead and screw these 3 screws down. Get these now. These could be tightened. What I had to do is from the back, I would have to push it really hard into the door and then screw these down to make sure they go tight. Don't go crazy on these screws though, because they'll strip out if you tighten them too tight, and then they won't tighten at all. So get that all in. That's good. Now before we put everything back together, switch it to left and then rotate the mirror just to make sure it's working. And that's why I like this brand, because a lot of mirrors claim that they will rotate and all that stuff, and they don't. You know, electrical issues. But anyways, so we got the mirror on. Now we got to put this back in. Now, like I mentioned before, when you put this on, you're going to push the front end in first, and then the sleeve, well, you'll push in at the end. So if we can see if we can do this here. Let's bring our door panel over. Also, make sure these white clips didn't fall off or get stuck in the door. A lot of times they'll get stuck in the door, and then it'll mess you up when you're putting it back in. So make sure they're not stuck in the door. If they are, pop them out and put them back in the door panel. This guy I would connect first. You put the front of it in, the connector I'm talking about. Slide the front in, and then once it's in as far as you can get it, then you'll slide it back up forward, and then it'll lock into place. Make sure it doesn't pop out. These are the cables here. We'll go and get these into place. Put the little metal ball at the end in first, and then you just swing it around and push it into its little lock like that. Same for the green one on the bottom. Put that in the little ball there. It's not as hard as I'm making it look. I just have one hand on my camera. If you have 2 hands, then this is super easy. Okay, so then we'll just go ahead and slide this, push this into place. Boom and boom. Now, when you put this door panel on, lift it up and then come down. Get the top part on first. Because it's like lipped, so you want to lift it up, come down onto the metal door, and then you just kind of push it down into place. And once you get that, then the clip should be almost lined up perfectly, and then all you gotta do is kind of hit it gently into place, and then the clips will just go right into place. If they're not lining up properly, then something's wrong. Don't lose your patience. And then this little cover can go back on here. Now we'll put our 2 screws in. You want to make sure these screws are tight, because this is the handle that you're always yanking on to shut the door. So make sure these are tight. Maybe go through with a screwdriver and hand tighten them. Make sure they're extra tight. Then this guy goes on a certain way. I believe you want to dip the top part in first. Yeah, dip this top part in. And then once that's in, then you work your way down and push it. It'll clip into place. But yeah, dip the front or the top end in first, and then push on it, and then it'll clip into place. And we'll get this screw in right here. Get this guy in. All right, he's good. Now this, you want to dip the nose side in first. So with one hand, move the handle out the way. Dip the nose side in first, and then you can push the back side in, and then you'll be good. Alright, now this guy, make sure this blue little clip's not inside the door, and make sure it's on this panel, and then you'll just push this in. Boom. Alright guys, and I think that's everything. Yep, so hopefully this video helped you out. Thanks for watching. Let's check the blinker. Hit the hazard. Blinker works. Yeah, this is a good brand. So thanks for watching. Check the links for everything. Thanks for watching. So I wanted to say about this new soap I've been using by a new company called Quantum Soap. It's a men's soap company. They make multiple different bars of soap with their own ingredients and fragrance. They even have a dark matter bar, which is more grittier. If you're a mechanic, you have a lot of dirt and oil in your skin a lot. You can reach them at quantumsoapco.com. Free shipping on orders over $50. These soaps are made in the US with all natural ingredients by hand. No synthetic this, synthetic that. They've been great. They've hooked us up with a Guillermo Auto promo code. So if you head over to the website, type in Guillermo Auto in the checkout, you'll get 10% off. Again, these guys are on Facebook, Instagram. Check them out. Check the links below. Thanks for watching.
You're pretty good. Your style is